All right, you guys, happy Saturday. Thanks for jumping in here on a Saturday. As we are prepping for an intentional December, I thought it would be really good to jump in here and do a meal plan mastermind with you for today to just teach you some of my easy tricks and favorites and easy go-tos to make things really simple with your meal planning. So I hope that you had a chance to watch the video that I posted earlier this week, which will really help you to set up yourself for success with some easy tips that you can implement for your meal planning. And if this is good and you like this, we can create a weekly time where everybody can get together and just meal plan together, right? So because I think one of the things that we lack in doing is just setting aside specific time for meal planning. So if you can just calendar out 20 to 30 minutes and really bang out some ideas and go into your week with a plan, you will have a lot more success. You will feel like you're saving a lot more time, which you will be saving a lot more time, and you'll be less likely to get off track, right? It's hard to stay on track when you need something in the moment, because a lot of times we're hungry then, or we might be, have that sense hunger where we're looking with our eyes or what sounds good or tastes, just looks good. And sometimes that can just not be the food that we really want to eat as far as giving us energy and being full and satisfied. All right. So I'm just going to go through a couple of tips for you today. And just kind of as I'm looking at starting my meal plan for next week, the things that I'm looking at and how I'm going to kind of break that down to just take a couple of minutes to do that. Okay. So it's 12:06 right now. So we're going to do that really quickly. I'm going to show you how quick that you can really get this done. All right. So the first thing that I do is really look at what activities do we have for the week, right? Just take a look, and hopefully you keep like a family calendar of all of the events that are going on. And I want you to just take a look at what you have going on. This can be really, really important, especially this time of year where we tend to have more parties, get-togethers, opportunities to eat out, right? Because a lot of times you need to plan for that, or you might not need to plan as much at home as you have those things coming up, right? So I want you to take a look and see, are there evenings that you're going to be out with your kids in their sporting activities, or you've got family events planned that you'll be out and not eating at home, or maybe it may make it trickier to eat at home. Do you have parties or events at work or things that will take you away from eating at home, or again, kind of skew that schedule, right? Because sometimes we have those things, and what it does is makes it so we have to fit dinner in quicker and maybe a little bit later. So you want to plan accordingly to make your easiest meals on those nights, or to already have those made ahead that you can pop in the oven or pop in the microwave when you get home from those events, right? So take a look at what those activities look like for you, right? So Tuesday nights, I know we have just a ton of stuff that goes on. Plus I always go to my grandma's for dinner. So I know Tuesday nights are a night that I really look to make dinner very simplified so that I can just pop it in really quick or have it ready before I have to go do the commitments that I have. Thursday night, we have swim meets, right? So we know Thursday night's another night where it's going to be a little bit busier and we have things going on. We don't have any holiday commitments this weekend coming up yet, but I know moving into next week, that's going to change and be like 3 days of our week. So plan what those events are, write those things down, and then know what type of meal that you want to have. Is it going to be a quick meal? Do you have a little bit more time to cook? And those nights that you do have a little bit more time to cook, plan for those other nights and be preparing or chopping or getting things ready so that those don't take as much time. All right. So number 2, as I start my planning, now that I've got my activities for the week all listed out, I'm going to look at what I want to have for my dinners, right? So I always tell people to start with dinners because that's typically like the biggest meal of the day, right? As far as, when your whole family is going to be getting together, when everyone's going to be eating the same thing, when you probably want the most variety. So if you plan those first, everything else can kind of spill down from those things and what to do. All right. And I want to show you, again, if you don't have this tracker to use from To Be Mindset, it is a really phenomenal tool, right? Because you can actually do all of those steps right here in your weekly planner, okay? So you can go through, you can kind of write out what your goals are for the week, what you want to focus on. Under each day, you can make notes of what your appointments, your activities are that you're going to have, so that you know, again, what kind of things that you want to plan. And then you can plan your menus, right, accordingly. So again, starting with dinners and then moving into lunches and breakfasts. Okay, so let me give you a couple of easy ideas, and I'm going to post these recipes in the group so that you have them. But these are kind of my staple easy go-tos. And I would say we have at least 2 or 3 of these weekly, because we always need to have an easy meal. But what's nice about these ideas can be very versatile, and they can change each week, but still be simple, so that you're not eating the exact same things every week. Okay, so number 1 dinner that I would recommend is just a 1-pan meal, right? So a 1-pan meal can be something that you cook in a skillet on the stove, or just put all your vegetables and your meat on a sheet pan and throw in your oven. Why I really like 1-pan meals, and you can just Google 1-pan meal and you'll come up with a lot of recipes. I'm going to put one of my favorites in the group. But what I really like about this is you can pretty much use anything. So I really like the 1-pan meal, especially as we're getting towards the end of I guess what I'd call my shopping window, like the day or 2 before I need to go shopping, when maybe we're a little bit low on vegetables or have kind of some miscellaneous things, because they're so nice because you can just pretty much throw anything onto your pan. Okay, so how I would do this, I would put like line just a cookie sheet pan with foil, and then I usually put different types of vegetables, so carrots, onions, green beans, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, anything that I kind of have left over, I just put all of those together on a pan, all those good roasting vegetables. And then I put my meat. So something that we don't have often but works really well with 1-pan meals, I think, is like a sausage, right? Because it doesn't take very long to cook, so it can cook pretty well with your vegetables. And it's just something different. Again, we don't have that a lot because it's probably not as best an option as some other things. So it's kind of fun to have that once in a while. Okay, so you've got your vegetables, you put your meat. So whether you're using sausage, or maybe you're using turkey or chicken breast, or whatever you want to use, you put that all together. And then I usually just put a little bit of olive oil on that and kind of toss those, and then sprinkle that with salt and pepper. You can definitely use some other spices. Thyme works really well. Sometimes rosemary is really good. And you can just pop that in the oven, and there you go. So if you want to have more of a carbohydrate with that, you could add sweet potatoes or potatoes. Again, just mix them all together, and you put that in your oven at 400, bake that for about 30 to 40 minutes. I usually turn it after about 15 minutes and check it, and dinner's done, right? So you take 5 to 10 minutes to chop up everything, throw that in the oven, forget about it, and it's done. It comes out really done. So that one's a really good quick one. Another great one, I think, this time of year is to really think about soups or stews. So a couple of my favorites, chili is a really good one. And then I'm going to put a kind of a copycat recipe for zuppa toscana from Olive Garden. I'm going to give that recipe to you guys. But I really like soups because when you make a soup, you can easily double it. It doesn't take any extra work to really double the recipe, and it gives you kind of a 2-for-1, right? So you can have one of those batches for dinner that night or that week, and you can easily throw the second half of that in a gallon-sized bag and put it in lay flat in your freezer, freeze it, so that you can easily pull that out for a simple meal that you just have to reheat later on that week or in the future weeks, right? So it really makes it very easy to use stews and soups to plan ahead, or have something in the freezer for those times where it's unexpectedly busy, or you just couldn't get to the kitchen as you thought you could, and you can just pull that out but still have a really healthy meal. So use your soups and stews, and crock pots, Instapots, all of those things make it really easy to leave those throughout the day and let them cook and come home to a really good dinner. Stir fries, always my favorite. Similar to the one pan meals, like again, you can just kind of use any vegetable. You can throw in most anything. You can even add some pineapple or things like that to give it a little bit of a kick, but there's so many different things you can do and add into stir fries that make it really versatile and easy. And then you can use, if you're doing veggies most and just doing a plate at dinner, you can use your cauliflower rice and do like a quick cauliflower fried rice, which makes it really easy to stay veggies most and be able to enjoy a really good meal. So, or complement that with brown rice. And I like brown rice. You can easily double the recipe, use one for that dinner, and then save others for another dinner or lunches down the road, or you can freeze it. Grains freeze really, really well. So that's something that's really easy to do. Okay, and then another easy one that I really like, and I think our family really likes, and it helps us to really focus on veggies most, is just salad bars, right? Everybody loves salad bars because you can pick your own toppings, you can make it your own, and it makes that really easy. Okay, so with salad bars, I usually just do the mixed greens or the lettuce base. I'll come get you in a second, okay? And then I usually put the toppings just in different containers that everyone can kind of pick their own. So you can just do basic salad toppings like cucumbers, carrots, peppers, tomatoes. Jicama is a really great and interesting flavor, celery, broccoli, all of those things, right? You can just have them in individual bowls. And then you could do other things, right? Like maybe you're doing a chef salad, so you put some cubes of cheese, or, you know, some ham, or you could use a grilled chicken as your meat. You could also use beans, are really great with salad bars too. So you get your garbanzo beans, or use some black beans or red beans, something that can make that really yummy and be a different source of protein as well. So, and right along with the salad bars, whether you do, then you can kind of like theme your night Southwest, you know, so maybe you do more add in guacamole and salsa, or maybe you do an Asian salad and use more of a cabbage-based slaw and mix in with that and have some toppings like mandarin oranges or different fruits. Makes that really yummy. And then you can also do like more Mexican, do like a burrito bowl, right? So maybe you get some ground turkey or ground burger, and then pair that with, again, some more Mexican type toppings in addition to your regular salad toppings. So it just makes it really fun. You can theme it. Our kids really love it. I find that they eat a lot of vegetables whenever we do salad bars, and just have a lot of fun because they get to make it their own. So those are 4 easy go-tos that you can really create your whole menu from and make it different each week, because you can see how many different ingredients you can add to that. One pan meals, stews or soups, stir fries, and salad bars, right? So boom, so it's 12:17. So in about 10 minutes, we've just planned out all of our dinners for the week and have that done. Okay, so, and then as far as planning the rest of your meals, here's what I would tell you, right? Allow dinner to spill into lunches. Create those leftovers, buy some bento boxes so it makes it really easy to store them and have it ready to be on the go, to take to work, right, to take wherever you need, and use those leftovers to create really delicious lunches. Another lunch option that's really great is just different types of salad. Again, you know, we just talked about a lot of different types of salads and kind of themed salads from dinner. So salads are really a great thing to have for lunch. They're filling, they're satisfied, especially if you pair it with a protein, maybe a sweet potato or something like that. That can make your life really easy, so you don't really have to think about creating more. And then for breakfast, keep it simple, you guys. Keep your breakfast simple but consistent throughout the week. Maybe for you, that's just using your Shakeology and giving yourself some extra credit, adding some spinach into that. So it's easy. It can be on the go, or it can be something that you can just sit there and really enjoy first thing in the morning, knowing that you're giving your body that best nutrition, that dense nutrition to really start your day and give you energy throughout the day. right? Maybe it's eggs for you. I really love eggs for breakfast. So, you know, one thing that has worked really well for our family, because I really wanted to focus on my kids getting more protein in the morning as well as their carbohydrates. So instead of having more cereal, now I frequently keep breakfast sandwiches in the freezer. So they can just pull those out and microwave those, and they are a great source that has eggs and some type of meat and a little bit of cheese, in addition to a whole grain muffin. So it gives them, again, that balanced plated breakfast that's really easy for them to do on their own. It takes a lot of pressure from me as far as doing it, and it's been really nice. Twice this week I've had to enjoy that myself, you know, just being busy. So make breakfast simple, consistent, make it fun, and it's done, right? And then as far as snacks, I would create some veggie bags, right? We don't always need a snack, but those days that you feel like you need a little bit more, it's nice to just kind of have a couple of go-tos that you can search out. So beach bars are a really great option. They're very balanced with protein in your carbohydrate, very low sugar, high fiber. So it's going to be filling and satisfying for you. Pair that with a bag of cold cut vegetables. Just when you get home from the store, clean and cut those and just put them in little Ziploc bags, you guys. Have them ready to grab and go, because the less time you have to think about putting something together and the easier you can just open up your fridge and grab it out, it's done, right? Same with like maybe some fruits. You could do that with grapes or some of your berries, you know, or put together 2 of the little like clementine oranges, you know, put those in little bags so that you have that ready. Maybe having some other things like string cheese or individual packages of hummus to go with your vegetables and things, right? Just find some little individual package solutions or things that you're packaging so that when you do need a snack, you can grab those and go. And that's really nice because those make it really easy to keep something at work too, and close at hand, so that, you know, when some of the treats come out or, you know, you do feel a little bit hungrier that day, it'll be something that'll be really easy for you. Okay, so that's my tips today. That's the basic outline of easily going through and planning your meals. So here's what I'd say. Like, we don't need a grand overhaul on everything that we're eating every week, right? You don't need to try new recipes 7 times a week. Like, the more that you can create simplicity and systems in your life, the easier this becomes and the stronger it becomes of a habit, and the types of habit that you want to have. So pick 1 or 2 days a week that you can just start to prep some of the food that you need, chop vegetables, again, make these individual portions, maybe cook bulk batches of meat. Pick 2 days a week that you can do that, or, you know, and just start there. And, you know, really as you go through the week, make sure, again, that you're looking at your activity. So you don't plan something for dinner that's going to take you 30 minutes to cook when you know that you're going to be getting home late. Everyone's going to be hungry. It's going to be 7:30. And instead you go opt for pizza because you just couldn't put it all together, right? Don't do that to yourself. Look at your activities, plan your dinners. Use your time with your family to see what they want to eat too. Get them on board, have them help you in the kitchen, and then use everything else to kind of spill over from that. All right, any questions, let me know. I'll post these recipes with this video, so look for that in the comments section. Look for the recipes, and I want you to share your meal plan with us so that you have set yourself up for a successful week. All right, you guys, let's kick off December in a really big and positive way.